Hello everyone, I'm Ivan from Tech, and today I'll be showing you how to install the Nimbus tank upgrade kit onto your existing MicroFogger. The process will be the same whether you have a MicroFogger 3 Pro, MicroFogger 3 Lite, or MicroFogger 2. In your Nimbus tank upgrade kit, you will get the Nimbus tank itself, a tube of blue thread locker, the MicroFogger multi-tool, as well as a spare heating coil for the Nimbus tank. To get started, just unscrew the fluid tank from your existing MicroFogger. So just remember that if it has any fog liquid inside, unscrew it upside down to make sure that the fog liquid doesn't spill out. Once you've done so, remove the heating coil as well. Next, take the MicroFogger multi-tool and using the serrated side, so the side with the grips, place it over the standard MicroFogger fluid tank base, so just as so. Now unscrew the fluid tank base by gripping the MicroFogger multi-tool, as such, and unscrewing it in an anti-clockwise direction. It should come out fairly easily, but if there is any fog liquid that is causing the multi-tool to slip, just wipe it away and try again. Now we are ready to install the upgrade kit. The upgrade kit has, the Nimbus tank upgrade kit has a few different pieces, so it'll come pre-assembled like you can see it here, but you'll notice that if you unscrew it, it will separate, so you will have your front part of the upgrade tank, the actual reservoir, which if you have purchased the upgraded reservoir, the extended tank, now is a good time to replace it, as well as the base that includes the heating coil right here. If you ever need to replace the heating coil, you can just disassemble it as I've done here and unscrew the heating coil and replace it just as you would with the normal MicroFogger. So once again, if you have purchased the extended tank, just go ahead and screw it on just as we did with the normal one, but today I'll just proceed with the normal reservoir as shown here. Before you start the installation procedure, just make sure that the center metal pin is present on the fluid tank and that it hasn't fallen out during shipping, and that the fill port has its rubber gasket installed. Once again, just to make sure that it hasn't fallen out in the bag during shipping. Take your tube of thread locker and you'll notice that it has a front breakaway part. You will need to break that part away, and you may need to cut it slightly in order to release the seal. Once you've cut off a small section of the thread locker tube, you are now ready to apply it to the fluid tank. So on the Nimbus fluid tank, just make sure that you are only applying the thread locker, which is essentially a sort of metal glue, that you are only applying it onto the threads of the upgrade kit. So as you can see here, add a small amount, so 1 to 2 drops of the thread locker around the circumference of the threads. Make sure that you aren't getting any of the thread locker onto the rubber gasket or the contact, the center metal pin, as that can cause issues later on. Once you've done that, just screw it into the MicroFogger, making sure that it is fairly tight, and allow the glue to dry. So we would recommend that you leave at least 3 or 4 hours for the glue to fully set. Once the glue has set and you've allowed it to fully dry out, you are ready to fill up the MicroFogger and start using it. So to fill the Nimbus tank, all you have to do is take off the rubber cover on the top of the tank, and you will notice that there is an opening labeled with the fill port lettering, and that is where you would add the fog liquid. that you have for the microfogger. So there are a few recommendations that we have to make this process easier, and ultimately it comes down to making sure that you put the needle tip, the pipette end of the fluid bottle to one side of the fluid port while you are filling it, and just make sure that you are taking it slowly, as pushing too much liquid into there too quickly can cause blockages. So just gently add in some liquid, and once you can see that the level is near full, you can take the bottle end out of the tank and reinstall the gasket in order to close up the microfogger. After this, we recommend, as usual, waiting 10 to 15 minutes for the liquid to seep into the heating coil, and then you'll be ready to go. Once you've waited for the recommended period of time, you can turn on the microfogger and start using it. Just as the normal fluid tank, you will notice that whenever you press the button, smoke will be generated. The Nimbus tank is a lot more robust, and the coils that it uses are greatly improved over the standard microfogger coils, so you should be able to conduct longer bursts of smoke without worrying about wearing out the heating coil. If the heating coil ever wears out, and you will notice that this happens by the presence of an unpleasant smell when you are making smoke, you will once again simply be able to replace it by emptying out the fluid tank, taking off the front part as well as the reservoir, and replacing the coil with the spare one provided. This sums up our tutorial for the installation procedure for the Nimbus tank upgrade kit. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to leave them as a comment in the comment section down below, or by emailing us at our support address listed on the website. Thank you for watching.